Good morning, everybody. Blaine Austin here at Sewing Machines Plus, and welcome to our Thursday live show. Hey, we have got a great show for y'all today. We have a special guest here today. We have Jennifer Gleick from Brother, and we are going to talk all about the Brother XJ1 and the XE1 today. And guess what else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about a scan and cut. Whoa. So got to watch the show today, guys. And both machines, one of them is a combination machine. It's a sewing and embroidery. And then one is an embroidery only. And so Jennifer's going to come on and talk a little bit about the differences between the two. She's also going to talk about how you can integrate the scan and cut with them. And so that's going to be really cool. And as usual, I'm going to have a call in today. I can't say certain words. So y'all, wink, wink. So y'all need to call in today if you're interested in one of these, because you will be very, very pleased. I promise you. And so anyway, got to say a big shout out to some of the SMP Nation that's watching out there. We have Lisa Swartz from Indiana watching this morning. We have Shayla Lawson up in Montana watching. We have Lisette Ramirez in New Jersey watching. Hey, Jennifer Alexander is over there in Mississippi. We have Marcel Hamrick in North Carolina. And we have Marlene Ludd over in Montana as well watching this. Two people from Montana watching this morning. So good morning to the SMP Nation. Guys, if this is the first time you've ever seen one of our shows, put a number 1 in the chat right now and let us know that you're new. And you'll let all the other SMP Nation know you're new, because they're going to welcome you with open arms. We have a very tight-knit community here, and everybody really works together and helps each other. And you'll promise you'll make some friends on here. So if you're brand new, put a number 1 in the chat. And there's Yvonne Hudson. She's out here in California with us. So good morning, Yvonne. And guys, we got some dates I want to tell you about too. Sarah Davis is from Alabama is watching this morning too. So good morning, Sarah. We've got some dates we've been working on. And hey, there's my mother, Marietta Austin from Arkansas. So good morning, Marietta. And she's over in Bono, Arkansas. There's always some Arkansas people watching.
There always is.
Yeah. So Wolfgeist. Good morning, Wolfgeist. We have people from all over the nation watching the shows. So that's what's really cool about this. Y'all have this huge, community. That's why we call it the SMP Nation. It's a big, huge community of sewers all come together. And so it's pretty neat. I really like the idea that y'all are all coming here and kind of talking with each other and seeing things. And there's Nana, 313331.
Good morning, Nana.
Yeah, she's a regular. So good morning, Nana. And Stephanie G, Arkansas here, Jonesboro. So Stephanie, you're real close to my mother. It lives in Bono. And so I grew up just about 50 miles northeast of Jonesboro. So no Jonesboro where I went to Arkansas State. So hey, Stephanie, good morning. So guys, we've been working on some stuff behind the scenes as usual. We got some shows that we're going to be planning. Now, if you're out in Southern California and you're close to our retail stores, for the month of April, we have 2 big events that we're going to be doing in the stores. One of them, as y'all know, April is the National Serger Month. So we are going to really celebrate National Serger Month. We have a serger sale that's going to be in both retail stores. And I think the date on that, Kyle, was the 17th through the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Kyle?
The serger one?
The serger.
The serger's all April.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's the whole month of April is the serger event. And then we have what we call Fabric Palooza in the retail stores on the 17th of April through the 22nd. So if you're in Southern California, make sure you plan either, if you've been in the market for a serger, go to the store, because we've got a really cool thing we're doing in the stores, and it's called variable discount. So basically, have y'all ever been to the grocery store and you look up on the bulletin board and people has these pieces of paper? Back in college, I remember they'd have it, and it would say, yard service, or, I'll wash your car, and or guitar lessons, and you tear off a little piece of paper at the bottom. It had their phone number on it. Well, we're going to do a discount like that in the store, and it basically has the discounts all across the bottom of the page. The first person that comes in, they can tear off whatever discount they want and get it, and it just keeps going down. So the quicker you come in and buy in the retail stores, the better your discount is. So it's really cool, isn't it, guys? So we got that going in the stores for the sergers, and then we're going to have the Fabric Palooza. Now, don't worry, we didn't leave y'all out. We're going to have a huge National Serger Month on SMP live every Thursday in the month of April. We're going to celebrate Serger Month, all except for the month or the week of the 11th, which Kyle and I are going to be in Las Vegas at a convention. You never know, we might have a live show from Vegas, so we may do that just to let y'all kind of see behind the scenes. But the Sergers, every show we're going to do in April is going to be all about Sergers. We're going to have all the different brands, and they're all going to be, like air threaders and all that. And we're going to have a huge Serger sale. So if you've been in a market for a Serger, April is going to be the month to watch the show. So we have that going on. And then we didn't leave y'all out about the fabric. You remember a while back, we had our Fabric Palooza, first one we've ever done online. Well, in May, we are going to have Fabric Palooza coming. It's going to be around Mother's Day week, I think. We're going to have Fabric Palooza online again. And we kind of learned some things from our first one. We learned that our website doesn't update the quantities quick enough. So we're going to do a few things a little different, but we're going to highlight fabric, and we're going to have savings up to 70% off all the fabric. And we got some really name brand fabric this time. And this time we made sure that we have more fabric. We bought a lot more fabric to do this with. So in May, we'll get you the dates ahead of time to let y'all plan that. But it is going to be a really cool show, and it'll probably be 2-3 hour show that we're going to do to show all the different fabrics, and you'll be able to load up on your stash, as they say.
Take your day off work.
Yeah.
Get ready. Get your pen and pencil.
I'm already getting Laura's woohoo.
Yes.
I know fabric everybody's passionate about their fabric. So we have this time we have had a ton of people working behind the scenes to get the fabric, and it's going to be really cool this time. We got so many different collections and so many different styles. You're going to really love Fabric Palooza for May. So I see Celeste Walls putting hearts up, and Ashley saying the fabric selection at SM shop is excellent. So I agree. We have a lot of fabric. So if you're ever in Southern California and you ought to stop by the stores and come and say hello to us and see all the fabric and machines and things we have. We have 2 superstores that are just loaded up with products. So
I was just shopping this morning.
how are you?
Before the show, I was looking around like, ooh.
Well, y'all say hello. We got Big Daddy Kyle and Kicking It Kennedy here. So y'all say hello to them. They're running all the show behind the scenes this morning. And Roger's working on other stuff. So he's back at the corporate office working. But guys, we're super excited that Jennifer made time for this morning. Y'all probably remember Jennifer. She's been on numerous shows of ours. She was on Quilt Fest doing demonstrations. She's a national educator for Brother. She travels around the country and goes to different dealers and does events and shows and things. And we're super excited to have her this morning. So I want to welcome Jennifer to the show. Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on board this morning.
You are so welcome. I was so excited that you invited me back to talk about the Stella.
You've always got an open invitation to come on our show. And I know, I always tell people the Stellaire series is one of those series, excuse me, that Brother came out with, that it was kind of the connection from the mid-level machines to the high-end luminaire. They kind of filled that gap. And the technology, that is inside of these machines for the price that you're paying for these is just unbelievable to me.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It does so much. And it really increases the creativity factor on so many levels.
It does. You're exactly right. And then, what's also pretty cool about it is, they've taken the camera out of the machine so they can get those prices down on it. And now they're letting you use your mobile device to take pictures and send it right to the machine and digitize. And it's just awesome, the technology. And then what I also like now is, they've made it where you can marry that scan and cut to the machine and transfer designs. And to me, that is just a breakthrough.
It is amazing. It's, you know, my scan and cut lives on my workbench in my room. The moment that they said that it will communicate with the Luminera and then the Stellaire, um, it it makes life as a quilter so much easier.
Oh, I can't even
It's so
imagine.
fast. Yeah.
Well, in today, I always tell people, if they are in the market, and it comes that, it's always like the chicken and the egg. Do you want a embroidery only, or do you want a combination in sewing and embroidery machine? And that kind of is, we get that question, probably the most asked question when people are looking at machines. And I always tell people, if you've got just a fantastic sewing machine already, then you could save a little money and just buy embroidery only. But if
Right.
you're kind of ready to upgrade that machine and get just all the stitches and all the bells and whistles, then just get a combo. But I have to be kind of careful what I say. But today, guys, if you're in the market after Jennifer shows you all three of these machines we're going to do today, the Scan and Cut and the two Stellaires, if you're in the market, make sure you pick up the phone and call us today, because you are going to be extremely happy if you do. That's all I can say, Jennifer.
That's what I hear.
So, well, hey, Jennifer, I'm going to let you take it away, and I'll see everybody back here, after you get finished up, and tell them how they can get one of these and all about it. And we're going to let you take off because there's a lot of stuff to cover.
All right. That sounds good. All right. So again, thank you for welcoming me back. I'm very, very excited. I am in my sewing studio. My studio is not that big. So you can see behind me, I've got my camera set up and my lighting. I'm going to do my very best so that you can see what I'm going to show you. I thought I'd start with my samples because it's easier for me to hold them up in front of the computer screen and show them to you than to try to maneuver them in front of a video camera. So I'll start there. And then I will go to the Stellaire. I have the Stellaire XJ1. So that is the sewing and embroidery combo machine. The difference between the XJ1 and the XE1, the XE1 is embroidery only, as Blaine was saying. It's just strictly embroidery. So I'm going to show the sewing features on the Stellaire XJ1. Those features are not found on the embroidery only. So that is the difference. All of the embroidery features that I show are found on both machines. So I'll show you my samples first to get you going, and then I will switch cameras. I am going to preface that I am not a videographer, so bear with me if I zoom in a little bit too much or move the camera too much. Don't get seasick. So some of my samples, some of the things that you can do with the embroidery are it is a Disney machine. So if you are a Disney fan like I am a Disney adult. There are lots of built-in Disney designs. These are placemats that I just bought at the local hobby store. And I took some of the built-in Disney, and I will be honest, I can't remember what built-ins are on what machine, but this is a built-in Ariel. And I stitched her actually on some organza. So she is stitched on organza, and on the Stellaire, there is an applique patch key. It is a one touch to make a patch. So I stitched her on the organza first, and then I placed the organza on top of the placemat so that when I did my final stitch, the only thing on the back of my placemat is that final satin stitch holding her down. So I didn't put all of those stitches through the placemat. So I've got Ariel. I did another one doing the same thing with Cinderella. Those are that is the patch feature. That is an awesome feature. If you like to make patches, if you have kids who want patches for their denim jackets or their backpacks, it is a one-touch feature on the machine. I am a quilter. You can see my fabric. I'm sorry, camera. You can see my fabric in the back. Fabric Palooza is probably a really dangerous thing for me because, as you can see, I'm fabric obsessed. So I am a quilter, and the quilting features on the embroidery side of the machine are amazing. You can take, and there is an automatic stipple function. You can put stippling behind your embroidery. You can quilt in the hoop. There are embroidery built-in background designs in my design center that you can go ahead and quilt your quilts with. It is a Disney machine. So as a Brother Disney machine, you have access to additional Disney designs through iBroidery. I'm going to show this one. This is a brand new Easter Disney design that you can purchase through iBroidery for your machine. And I have done the background fill, and I'm working on a little Easter table runner with that. And then we've got the My Design Center feature. My Design Center, as Blaine said, this does not have a camera or a projector like the Luminaire, but you still get the digitizing features with the My Design Snap app. And so you would take a picture of your hoop or whatever it is in your hoop, send it to your machine, and you can bring it up in My Design Center. So I took a picture of this coloring page that I found on the Brother Creative Center, and I sent it to my machine. I pulled it up in My Design Center, and I will show that when I go over to the machine. And I turned it into stitches and stitched it on a tea towel. So super easy. As I said, your creativity, you can really do so many things with this machine. And then the last little sample I have here for just the My Design Center is I have a quilt that I've got in the hoop, and I have sent a photo of that again to the machine. And in My Design Center, I can trace the outlines of my quilt and drop in my background fills and quilt my beautiful quilt on my Stellaire instead of having, I'm not real good at free motion quilting. I'm not that kind of quilter. I love quilting in the hoop on my embroidery machine. So I'm able to use those background fills that are in the Stellaire and quilt my quilts. And then finally, we have the integration between the Scan and Cut and your Stellaire. The Scan and Cut and the Stellaire will now talk to each other wirelessly. You can send the built-in designs that are in your Scan and Cut. Now, it has to be one of the new Scan and Cuts. So the SDX 325 or the SDX 330D. Those are the two brand new Scan and Cuts. The difference between the two of those is the 330D has the Disney built in. So that's the difference. If you are not a Disney lover, the 325 will do the same thing that I'm going to show with the My Connection feature. So you can send built-in designs, with the exception of the Disney, over to your Stellaire and use them on your embroidery machine. And then you can send designs from the Stellaire, whether they're built-in, non-Disney, or if you have another design from another company that has applique, you can actually send that design straight to your Scan and Cut and have your Scan and Cut cut the applique pieces for you instead of doing the, that does the placement stitch. You put your fabric down, it tacks it down, and you have to trim around. You can cut all of your applique pieces ahead of time, have them ready when you do your blocks. It saves time, it saves your hands. Your hands won't get cramped up cutting all of those little pieces, and it really makes things faster. So a couple things that I've done with the My Connection is this is one of the words that's inside of the Scan and Cut, Gather. I've taken it into the My Design Center, drawn a shape around it, filled it in, and stitched it out again on a towel. And then this is a built-in applique design. I have taken it, I sent it to the Scan and Cut so that I could cut all of those little pieces. And then when I stitched it out on the banner, I had all my pieces cut. And then I even added in some text because there is built on-screen text editing in the machine. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera so that you can see the machine. And I'm going to talk about some of the features, main features of the machine. All right, so here we have the Stellaire XJ1. As you can see, She's beautiful. She's got the blue, the Brother Blue, and the very large screen. It's a 10.1-inch LCD screen. So it is pretty much the size of a tablet that you would use. It works just like a tablet. It's a touch screen. You can see that there is 11.25 inches of space between the needle and the arm of the machine. That is a really large area for quilting. You're going to do some straight line quilting or free motion quilting. You've got all that area. And actually, in addition to that, you've got 5 inches from the bed of the machine to the top of the arm. So if you calculate that all out, it's 56 square inches of workspace, which is huge. There is 11 inches of full spectrum lighting. Now I have the lights off right now because when I switch over to my other camera to show you, I want to be able to show you the laser guide. The laser guide is one of my favorite features. And if the light is on, it's really hard to see with the camera. So I have the lights turned off. You can dim the lights, turn them off, turn them all the way up high. It's really whatever works best for you. There is a separate bobbin winding system up here on the top that has a separate motor. You can actually wind a bobbin while you're sewing. The machine is Wi-Fi enabled, which does several things. One, you can get your updates for the machine through your Wi-Fi network, so you don't have to put them on a flash drive and bring them in to the machine. You can do that through Wi-Fi. But because it is Wi-Fi enabled, you also have the Wi-Fi options through, as I said, the My Design Snap app. That is how you would send designs from your hoop into the machine for embroidery placement, for working in My Design Center. So even though there's not a camera built in, your camera is in your device. So whether it's your phone or your tablet, you can use that with the My Design Snap app. You can also send designs to your machine using Brother's PE Design digitizing program. There is also a free program. It's called Design Database Transfer. Design Database Transfer you would download from the Brother Sews website. It is free and it will allow you to send designs to your machine. You can, when you open that up, you can actually see the designs on the screen, pick one and send it over. And then we have the new Artspira app. I am in love with the Artspira app. The Artspira app, again, is a free app. You can find it in the Play Store or the Apple Store. And actually, as of today, there is a brand new update. Artspira was just for small designs. And as of today, you can choose embroidery to design your own embroideries in there from a 4x4 hoop to up to an 8x14 hoop. And they have expanded the cut files that are in there, or you can make your own cut files in there. Used to be just 12x12. Starting today, you can do 12x24. So that is an awesome app. I would highly recommend everybody download that. If you have any Brother embroidery or scan and cut machine, give the app a try. It's really, really cool. And then again, My Connection allows your Stellaire to communicate wirelessly with your scan and cut. I'm going to show that firsthand. So let me just see if I can zoom in a little bit just to show you some of the basic functions of the machine. So right here on the machine, we have I'm going to use a stylus just so that my finger's not in the way. We have the automatic needle threader. If anybody has a Brother machine with the automatic needle threader, you know that once you see that, you want all of your sewing machines to have that. As we age, it gets harder to put that thread through the eye of that needle, and this needle threader is a dream. We have a speed, so this is for the sewing side. You can move the speed down to turtle speed or as fast as a rabbit. It is not a stitch regulator. It is just the speed of your machine. So if you are someone who sews with the pedal to the metal, but you don't want to sew quite that fast, you can adjust your speed right here. Then we have the presser foot up and down, the scissors. So everybody who has the automatic cut feature, we know that if we go to a machine that doesn't have that, we're always looking for that button. We have needle up and down. We have a lock stitch, a reverse, and this is the start and stop. If I were doing an embroidery right now, and I put my foot down, this would turn green and I could use that to start and stop. You can also sew with the start and stop. However, if you have your foot pedal plugged in, you can't use the button as well for sewing. You have to use the foot pedal. The machine comes with, I'm going to try to zoom out here. The machine comes with 13 presser feet, including quilting feet. You get a 1/4 inch quilting guide foot. You get a free motion foot. You get a echo quilting foot, and then you get the digital dual move it foot is what we call it. And this is your walking foot. It actually works on a belt system. It is unbelievable for quilting or working on specialty fabrics, something that might be kind of slippery, plush fabric. It will go right over that. So those all come with the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and switch. I'm going to take the box off here, and I'm going to show you a couple of the sewing features. Try to go into the screen here a little bit. So I'm going to go into sewing. There are 727 built-in sewing stitches. I'm going to start talking a little fast here because I do want to get into the embroidery. 727 built-in sewing stitches. You have lots of categories here, including a quilting category. Quilting stitches, which also includes a hand stitching. There is couching. You have some hand stitching, quilting, blanket stitches. You have the ability to mirror image. If you are going to free motion quilt, up here on the top, you have a button that's a one-touch free motion. When you touch that and activate it, it will actually drop your feed dogs. But what I really want to show you is the Sew Straight Vision Laser Guide, which is down here on the screen. Let's see. I'm going to try to move it, move my camera down just a little. Right here is my laser. If I turn that on, and I'm going to switch cameras real quick, you can see the laser guide. On the screen, you are able to move that laser to wherever you need it. So if you want to use it as your seam allowance guide, if you want to use it to line up any kind of decorative stitches, or if you're doing straight line, I love to use it when I'm doing half square triangles, or if I'm doing binding. I no longer have to draw that line or cut that angle when I'm putting my binding strips together. I can just use my Sew Straight laser and sew that angle accurately every time. So let's go over to the embroidery side, because I want to make sure I show you some of the neat embroidery features. Again, the XE1 has all these same embroidery features. It just does not have the sewing features. So I'm going to go back home, and I'm going to go into embroidery. And switch cameras. There are 727 built-in embroidery designs as well, including Disney. So you've got the Disney. Let me show you some of the neat features. I am going to go ahead and pick a Disney design. Let's just pick, go to the smaller designs. I'm going to pick this little Mickey Mouse. There he is on the screen. On the screen, we have a lot of details on the screen, and I do realize that you can't see everything, but on the top of the screen, it does tell you the size, the number of stitches, the number of minutes it should take to stitch, and the number of thread changes. It's on a white background. I can go ahead and change it here. If I were going to use a darker fabric, I could see what that would stitch out on a darker fabric would look like. It's just for a visual. I can hit set and I could stitch that. I have a couple options here. If I go into my edit screen, this is my patch for embroidery. If I just touch that, I can go ahead and hit patch. And as you can see, it adds that. It adds that satin stitch around there. I can adjust that to how far I want it. And that's how I did those placemats. I hit return. Maybe I don't want a patch, but I do want to put some stippling around him. I have a one-touch stipple. And it will take me to that screen. I can tell the machine what size hoop I'm going to use. So maybe I'm just going to use my little 4x4 hoop. I can change the distance away from Mickey. And I can change the size of my stippling. So maybe I want a little bit larger stippling. And when I hit preview, it will show me right on the screen what it's going to look like. If I hit OK and I hit embroidery, I am now ready to sew. So I've got my embroidery right there ready to go. Now, what if I wanted to use some of the fills in my design center? I'm going to go back home and go to embroidery. And I'm going to choose just another design. Let's see, let's choose these flamingos. I'm going to go ahead and hit set. And I want to take them into my design center and put some quilting around them. So I'm going to go back up to edit. And right here, this flower is my outline. If I touch the flower, I can tell it how far I want my outline to be from the flamingos. So I might want it a little distance away. And if I go into memory, it's going to save that into my stamp section in my design center. And I'm going to go OK. And I'm going to touch add. And I'm going to choose my design center. Now I'm in my design center. This is where I pulled up those kitties that I took a picture of. This is where you would do your own digitizing. So I'm going to go into the stamps. The nice thing is the icons are all the same in between the machines. So you should be able to find the same icon. I'm going to go into the stamps. And up here, I'm going to look for that flower. There are my flamingos. If I select them and hit OK, it brings up the outline of my flamingos for me. Again, not a videographer. And now I can take those and I might want to add a shape around them. So I can add a square maybe. And then I can go into my background fills. This is where I have the option to fill it with a stipple. Or if I go into here, these are going to be all of the built-in background designs. So I can select, and I have actually 15 of those to choose from. I can choose one of these, choose a color, and if I choose my paint bucket to fill, and I touch around the flamingos, that background will pop around the flamingos. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to hit preview. It's going to show me what it looks like. And if I hit set, it's going to take it back over to embroidery. Now I have my flamingos with the background and I've ready to embroider. So that's how I did the quilt blocks with the background fills. So let's talk about my connection. Going to go out of here and zoom out. My connection with the embroidery is really, really cool. So I'm going to go into embroidery again, and I'm going to choose a design that has an applique. Now, you can choose any of these. I'm going to choose this little candy jar. You can, again, I've got the option to check the settings, see if I want it on a dark fabric or not, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to hit set. Now, to use my connection, we're going to go to memory, and I am going to move the camera one more time because I want you to see this icon at the bottom of the screen. So we have the option to save this design to our machine, to a USB, wirelessly, or if you see down in the right corner there, we have a little scan and cut. If I touch that little scan and cut, it's going to ask me, it can only send one design at a time. So essentially what it's asking me is, do I want to overlap what I've already sent to the scan and cut? And I'm going to tell it yes. So transfer that design. All right, now I'm going to wake up the scan and cut, and I'm going to change my camera. Our scan and cut has over 1,000+ designs built into it. And get over there. Here's our scan and cut. In order to find the design that we just sent, we are going to go to the left, and there is an icon that says my connection. I'm going to touch my connection, and I'm going to retrieve because I sent something to the scan and cut. I'm going to retrieve it from not the machine's memory, but the wireless LAN device, which is my sewing machine. And it is going to grab that design that I just sent from the Stellaire. And then if you notice, this little patch key looks just like the applique patch key on our machine. So if I touch that, there is, I know that's really hard to see. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. There is the applique part of that design. If I touch OK and hit set, I've now got that applique on my mat. I can place my fabric or my vinyl, whatever I'm going to cut that out of on the mat, and my scan and cut will cut my pieces for me. If I go back home, I'll just show you really quickly. We have lots of different built-in designs on the scan and cut. You have shapes, all different animals, all different categories. And as a quilter, what I really like are the quilts. We have quilt blocks. So there are 7 subcategories. If you go into any of them, there are multiple quilt blocks within each one. I can choose a quilt block, and I can actually tell the machine what size block I want to make. So maybe I want to make 6-inch blocks. So I can do this 6-inch block. I can tell it 6-inch finished and hit OK. The scan and cut now tells me exactly what pieces I need. And if I say, OK, I want to cut A, it highlights which ones are A, and I hit OK. It tells me what the size is. It adds my seam allowance, and it tells me I need 4 to make 1 block. So maybe I want to make 2 blocks. That's the only math I have to do is the 8, and I hit set. It has now put all 8 of those squares on the mat for me, and I can cut them out of my fabric. That is one of my favorite features. I use that a lot when I'm making quilt blocks. There are hundreds of quilt blocks in there, over 100. So I'm going to go back home. Let's do my connection the opposite way. So now I want to send a design to my Stellaire. So again, I'm going to go to the left and I'm going to choose my connection and I'm going to choose send. I'm going to choose pattern. At this time, we can only send built-in designs. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go into the words. And I'm going to choose a subcategory. Let's just pick one here. We'll go back, just a simple one. We'll go boy. I'm going to hit set. Now on the screen, you see there's a grayed out area to the right and a grayed out area to the bottom. That just represents the size of your biggest hoop for your machine. With the Stellaire, it's 9.5 by 14. So you could put multiple designs on in that white space and send them all at once, as long as they don't go outside into the gray area. But I'm just going to send boy, and all I have to do is hit transfer. Again, it's going to ask me the question, do you want me to overwrite? Yes. And now it's transferred, and I'm going to do one more camera change. We're going to go back to the machine. I'm going to go home. And this time I'm going to go into my design center. And I'm going to go into image. Nope, sorry. Shapes. I'm going to go in the shapes. If you notice, oh, again. At the top of my shapes, do you notice we did the outline, but now we also have the little scan and cut here. So if I touch the scan and cut, it's going to pull up anything that I sent from the scan and cut. So there is my word. So I'm going to select that and touch OK. And now it's brought it up on the screen. And I have the ability now to do the same types of things with this scan and cut design. So I can go in and I can say I want to fill it in with stitches. Let's choose a blue. I'm going to do the embroidery fill stitch. And I'm going to touch inside. So now I've filled it in. I can also change the properties for the outline of the word. So if I go into the line properties, I have options here. Maybe I want to do a triple stitch instead of the embroidery satin stitch, and I can outline it in, say, red. And as long as I choose the paint bucket, it will do the whole line. If I touch that, it will do that. I want to make sure that I touch the inside of the B and the O. And when I hit next, I know that's going to be hard to see. It has applied those settings. I'm going to hit preview. There's my design. And when I hit set, it takes it right over to my embroidery screen. And I am ready to stitch that out straight from my scan and cut. So I think I've hit my time. I'm going to come back and probably turn it over to you, Blaine.
Well, thanks, Jennifer. That was awesome. And I know, we always say this. It's like we're barely scratching the surface with all the
I was
features.
just going to say, I could talk to you all afternoon about all of the features of the machine.
I know it's just crazy. It's like we could spend a few hours just talking about all the different things. But one thing that we want to let everybody know too. So if you do buy either the XJ1 or the XE1, we do a free Zoom new owners class that Carly Bell teaches. So we do that, try to put the class on once a month. And so if you buy those, our customer service will send you the link. They can go sign up for it. We kind of plan the dates out. So they do get a little bit more in-depth training on this, Jennifer. So that does help them a little bit.
Yes, yeah, because I realized I didn't really stitch anything. I just kind of showed it off. So,
well, I'm fascinated with this machine, especially, the fact that you can take your phone, take a picture of a design, put it in the machine, then you could send it to the scan and cut it out, then put it back on some fabric and stitch out around to make an applique or something. It's just, to me, it's just crazy what you can do with just that technology.
The technology is just, like I said at the beginning, you have no limits on your creativity because you've got all the technology there to do it.
Yeah, you sure do. And then, on top of that, the Disney designs and things that you can do, it's pretty awesome to be able to do that. So, well, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming on the show. I know that you're a busy lady, and we are always happy when you come on.
I always enjoy it. I really, really do.
All right. Well, thank you, Jennifer. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Thank you. You have a good afternoon. Everyone call him.
All right. All right, guys, we're going to tell y'all how you can get this. And then I've got another special guest is going to stop by to say hi. I do. I have another special guest.
What are you talking about?
Can't tell them yet who it is. So anyway, guys, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the XE1. Now, guys, this is the embroidery only machine. Now, this thing, $64.99. And this is called the Stellar XE1 embroidery only machine. Now, again, you have to wink, trust me on this. If you are interested in one of these machines, call for information.
You will
right now
regret it.
Pick up the phone, 800-401-8151. Now, there was a reason today that we did that showed you the scan and cut, how it works with it. Okay. All right. So the next machine we talked about was the XJ1. And now this is the combination machine. This is the sewing and embroidery. And you have those Disney designs. You have all the designs that come with it. You have that huge, 9.5 by 14 hoop on this thing. And again, $89.99. But guys, call us. We have financing available. And if you want more information, wink, nod, nudge, nudge. Call me right now, 800-401-8151, because you're going to be extremely happy if you call in today. If you're in the market for either one of these machines, or if you're in the market for a scan and cut.
Blaine can't even stop smiling. You need to do it.
So y'all know I have to sometimes, because of the MAP pricing, manufacturers put a minimum advertised price that we have on machines. So we can't say anything different than the minimum advertised price. I can't show it on air. So when I say call for more information, you got to trust me on it. Call right now, 800-401-8151. Nick's team is all standing by over there, ready to answer your calls. And I think, who was it that had purchased one of these before?
Linda Brooks, I believe.
Linda Brooks. Chime in, Linda Brooks, in the chat and tell them why they should call.
I saw her. She actually commented before the show and said something along the lines of, I got the machine from Blaine during a show, and when Blaine says to call,
better call.
You call.
All right. So y'all heard it right there. All right. So guess what? We're going to bring in our special guest.
Now, who's that special guest, Blaine?
Well, y'all welcome to the show, our special guest. She's on mute. You're on mute, Jane.
What about now?
Yay!
Gotcha.
Yeah, hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
So Jane, what are you
I'm
doing
driving
this
down the
morning?
road, minding my own business, and I know we're not using our phones, but my phone went bling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Sewing Machines Plus, Thursday morning, must tune in. So I'm listening and driving. I'm like, trying to type in and say, hey guys, but you can't do that when you're driving. So I'm just like doing my own thing, like whatever. Super excited about the SJ1 and Jennifer. So great. And then I had to tell Blaine, I'm like, hey Blaine, I'm watching. And he's like, well, come on and say hi. I'm like, okay.
Well,
I'm straight from the gym.
We always love you being on the show, Jane, and you bring that energy to the show, and everybody loves you out there. And you know what? So let us know, what have you been doing since Quilt Fest?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of things. I have two things to talk about. So I'm a Brother ambassador. I love my Brother machines. By the way, I just got the Airflow 3000. So that's so much fun. I'm going to do a quick social media video on that. Hope to get up in the next couple of days. Just my love for the machine, actually. But if you go to Stitching Social right now, they're promoting this bag. I made it. So this is a little full leather. So I have my details on how to make this bag, and then with this big long strap. Now, the one that I'm showing you has another strap on the back. So this can be a backpack, you see, turned crossbody bag. Super cute, right? So go to Stitching Social right now so you can learn how to make this. You can add all of your super cool embroidery options on there with the SJ1, of course. But I love to upcycle. And so these are all upcycled fabrics. The other thing that I'm working on right now, it's a secret, but you know how everyone's doing like this patchwork denim and so on trend, and you're seeing stores selling jeans and shirts and everything patchwork denim. Well, I'm working on this patchwork denim shirt. Let me make sure I get this the right way. So this is too big, but I'm creating the fabrication for it right now for the shirt. So this is the front, because I put in two little cute pockets. But it'll be cropped with a band, and it'll be a little bit fitted, but I'm working on the back today. So that is why I was racing down to my sewing room so I can work on my my denim patchwork shirt. So that's what's going on over here.
Well, hey Jane, I'm anxious. So when you're getting you're getting that brand new Airflow 3000 serger.
You talked about your serger day or
next month is
Yes.
National Serger Month. So we'll probably have to get you back on the show to tell everybody exactly how you're loving that thing.
Oh my gosh, I literally just got it yesterday and started playing around with it, and I'm obsessed. Now, I want to play around with it, but I really was working on this project, so I kind of, you know what happens. You get like sidetracked. You're like, ooh, shiny new toy to play with. So I started playing around with that. Then I'm like, okay, let's reverse and like finish this project. So I'll move on to the next. So I will be ready for you in May.
All right, good deal. So also in June, we're going to have Hoop Fest. And, so we haven't really talked about that yet. So you and I need to talk about it to see if you're going to be available to help me co-host.
Call me. By the way, everyone call for the machine that we're talking about today. And then Blaine, you call me and we'll talk about Hoop Fest. I can't miss out. I'm driving down the road and here I am.
Well, that sounds great. I'm glad you called or text and said you were watching, because I was like, man, this is a great surprise. Have you on and see what you're going. So tell us, Jane, how can they find the Sewing Social and how can they find that purse on there?
Yeah. Okay. So if you go to Brother Stitching Social, just put that in your Google, Brother Stitching Social, and then you'll see all the ambassadors up there and all of the projects. If you just type in Jane Klaus, that project will be up there. I know they just promoted it on social media. So I was like, oh, yay, my bag. But again, there's tons of projects up there. Everyone's using all the different amazing machines and tons of ideas. So this one particularly, I know they were promoting, and I just saw it. So I thought I would tell you about. But again, Google Brother Stitching Social. That's SEWCIAL, social. And you can just look for me on there, and my project will be there for you to check out. So lots of projects all the time. Whenever I'm coming in and hanging out with you guys at SMP, I'm always working on a Brother project, because I think I show them to you a lot. And I think you see them before they're actually up. That's what my patchwork denim is all about. So it's exciting, but that's where you're going to go. And then if you want to find me, Jane Klaus, CLAUSS.com is the place to go. You can sign up for some newsletters and things like that. I mean, I'm just working on a couple of different things. I'm always looking to, find people to profile on my Maker Nation or Making It Forward TV segments. So be sure to hit me up there. You can send me an email as well, or on Instagram, Jane Klaus. Look for @Jane Klaus. Or Oh my gosh, there's so many, Blaine. I mean, Pinterest is DIY by Jane Klaus. YouTube is Jane Klaus. I mean, the whole thing, all.
We'll put it this way: you're easy to find. All you gotta do is type in your name.
Right. Just type in my name. And I'm always talking a mile a minute and getting super excited. But thanks. This is so much fun. That's right. Klaus in the house. And next time, Klaus will be wearing a nice blouse. But today you get gym attire.
All right. Well, hey, Jane, thank you so much for coming, stopping
Thanks,
by
Rick.
and saying hi and giving us a little update on all the things. And I know that we'll probably be seeing you in here next month or for the Surgers. I'm sure we got to get your take on that Surger. So
I love it already.
All
I've
right.
played with it for one day. Blaine, I love you. Kennedy, Kyle, love you guys. Roger, no, you're not there. Everybody, SMP Nation, love you guys too. See you soon.
All right. See you, Jane. Thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, you heard it there. Go to the Brother Sewing Social and just type in Jane Klaus. You'll get to be able to see that purse and, probably download all the stuff that you need to do to make it. So that'll be kind of cool. And then hopefully we'll get Jane back in here in April because we're going to be highlighting that Brother Airflow 3000. That's a brand new air threader that Brother came out for the Surger just this year. So we're going to highlight that. It'll be one of the Surgers. And so we're going to have a bunch of different Surgers that we're going to do for the month of April. So you don't want to miss that as well. So guys, I'm going to remind you one more time. Let's put the XE1 back up, guys. This is the first one. This is the embroidery only machine. And again, if you are, the normal price on this is $64.99. If you are in the market for an embroidery only machine, I highly recommend this because guys, it is loaded with features. You can use your camera to take, pictures of designs and upload it to the machine. Jennifer did such a good job of just, describing how all that works. And, guys, I apologize. We don't really get more in depth in some of these because I'm telling you, it would take 3 hours a class. So, but if you do buy one, just know that Carly Bell, once a month, we have a new owners class that Carly Bell teaches via Zoom. So you can do it from the comfort of your home. Take the class. I think it's a 4-hour class for the XE1. Now, if you buy the next one we're showing, the XJ1, that one, it's $89.99. Now, this is the combination machine, sewing and embroidery. If you buy this one, you're going to get 8 hours of instruction, new owners classes, because basically we come on usually like a Tuesday, we'll do the embroidery side of it. And then on the Thursday, we come back and we do the sewing side. So you're going to get 2 of those classes. Now, if you're the embroidery side, you only need the 1 class. But if you're getting both sewing and embroidery, you'll need both classes. And so you're basically getting 8 hours of instruction for this as a new owner to kind of give you, the exploratory lessons of how to navigate through the machine and all the things it has on it. So highly recommend you take that class if you buy one of these. But that just gives you the confidence to know that, as soon as you get it out of the box and set it up, you're going to not be left alone. We're going to try to help you get going on this. And again, it is loaded with features. And so, make sure, guys, if you're in the market for either one of these machines, or if you're in the market for a scan and cut, okay, we have several different models of scan and cuts available. And when I tell you to call for more information, call for more. I'm telling you, you're going to be extremely happy today if you're in the market for any 3, the scan and cut or either one of these machines. You're going to be extremely happy. So make sure y'all give us a call at 800-401-8151. We do have some financing available. We have some different options. So make sure y'all get on the phones and call us today because this special, I can't say special, can we? These special machines.
Yes.
These special machines, you can only call in by end of business tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you have to call in by close of business on Friday for these, and it will be 6 p.m. Pacific time Friday. How's that?
Oh, yes, that's perfect.
All right. So I hope y'all got that. I'm trying to send a message to you.
He's using, what is it, telepathy?
Yeah, telepathy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, hey, guess what? It is giveaway time we're going to give you away. And everybody goes, how do I win stuff? Well, I'm going to remind you how you can win on our shows. Every Thursday that we're on our show, you can win things. All you have to do is, if you're on YouTube, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell notification, give us a thumbs up on there, and then just, chat, ask questions, make comments. That's going to enter you to win. If you're watching on Facebook, just like our Facebook page, share the video to your own Facebook page, and also like the video, and then just make comments, ask questions. All those things you do is going to enter you in for the drawings that we do, and we give away some great stuff every single week, so you don't want to miss out. So guys, today our first thing we're going to do is we're going to give away some of our event bags. Everybody loves these things, and I have been told by some reliable sources that most people use these and fill them full of fabric.
Do they?
Yep. This is
just like the one it says on the screen?
Yep, just like the one on the screen. So that's what everybody's doing. They're filling them full of fabric. And some people I've heard they take them to the grocery store and shop with groceries.
Which one's your favorite, Blaine?
I kind of like, I guess I'll tell you my favorite. I got to tell the story. We were at a Baby Lot convention 3 or 4 years ago, and they had a motivational speaker up, and he was, basically, if y'all have ever seen a motivational speaker, they get up there and whatever industry they're in, they kind of gear their industry to their speech. And this guy was talking about, when he was growing up, his grandmother made blankets and had all these blankets and blankets and blankets. And finally, one lady in the crowd yelled, "They're called quilts, not blankets." And the place just roared, they all laughing. And Deb Donovan was sitting right beside me. I looked at her and go, "That's going to be on a t-shirt." Well, I didn't put it on a t-shirt, but I did put it on a bag. And it's basically, they're called quilts, not blankets.
Okay.
So that's the story. That's how they came about. So that's probably my favorite one because it has such a good story, but they're all really cool.
And you will get that bag.
You'll get that bag. Yep. And one of them says, "I like big hoops and I cannot lie."
I think that one's my favorite.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool bags on there that y'all see. There's 8 different colors. They all have unique sayings on each bag. And then on the back side, we have the Sewing Machines Plus website and information, has the stores and things. So they're really kind of cool.
Oh, someone had a good idea. Use each color bag to coordinate which each color fabric you put the bag in. So like
that would be, you would know, yeah. I'll tell you, and then Ring Wilcoxon. So yes. Ring Wilcoxon, she's the owner of Embroidery Garden, and we all love Ring. And Ring has a lot of designs and stuff that she sells, embroidery designs. Ring actually took the yellow bag that says, "I like big hoops, cannot lie," and she made a purse out of that.
Oh my gosh.
Out of the bag, and with a zipper and everything in it, and it kept the logos on it. It is really cool. And I've got it actually in one of at my desk at the office. And so there's so many things that you could do like that. But she actually quilted it too. She kind of put it in the hoop and actually quilted designs on it. And it really is a cool looking, thing that she did. And we ought to see if we can get that design from her and give a free download for everybody if they want to do it. If they get their bags. But anyway, guys, the bags are $9.99 each. If you buy them, they're $49.99 for the set. We're going to give away 2 customers, a set of the bags. So Kennedy,
yes,
let's spin that wheel.
Woo! Oh, I saw a cute dog on there.
Epi Edwards.
Woo-hoo.
So Epi Edwards is our winner. She is watching from YouTube. So Epi, what we need you to do is go to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of that page, and it'll have a place where you can claim your prize, fill out all the information complete, hit submit, and we will get your bag shipped out to you. All right, we're going to give another set of bags away. So Kennedy, spin that wheel.
Okay.
Joan Kalang?
Is that
Kalan?
Keelan?
No, it's Kalan.
Kalan. Yes.
Kalan, maybe?
Joan
Kalan. All right, Joan. Sorry for butchering your last name. Joan is watching today from YouTube, so congratulations on winning a set of bags. Joan, what we need you to do to go to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of the page and it says claim your prize. Fill out all that information on there, hit submit, and we will get those things shipped out to you. Okay. All right. So here we go. We got 2 winners already. So
Okay.
next up, guys, we're going to give away some of our world famous sewing mats. Now, guys, you say, what is a sewing mat? Well, I'm glad you asked. A sew mat is something that everybody who owns a sewing machine needs. I've got one right here. You can see it. I always keep one on my desk. I even got one on the desk in my office at work. So I put my keyboard and my mouse on it. It's like a giant mouse pad almost. But how they work is basically they're going to reduce the vibration that your machine transfers to the electronics. So if it's sitting on a hard surface, it's always going to be, transferring that vibration. So what you want to do is put the sew mat on it, and that reduces that. You're paying thousands of dollars for these machines. You want them to last forever, and damping that vibration to the electronics is going to make it last. Also, it dampens the noise it makes. If you got it, so if you got a loud serger, if you got a loud embroidery machine or a sewing machine, it's going to dampen that noise. The third thing that it does, whatever surface you have it on, let's say you're doing it at your kitchen table and it's a nice wood table. You put this down, it's going to protect that wood surface and not scratch and do anything else on it. And it also locks your machine in place. It doesn't let your machine slide around and move around. So great to have these things. They're easy to take care of. You take a warm, towel and just wipe them down to clean them. If it gets a little bit more dirty on you, you can take a little bit of soap and with hot water on a towel and just scrub them down, and then just get a clean, wipe it off and let it air dry, and they're great. So these things are awesome. We absolutely love them. So we are going to give away 2 of these away. Now they come in 13 different colors, and they come in 4 different sizes, except for the new print that we came out with. The leopard print one only comes in 2 sizes, which is a medium and a large, but all the rest come in 4 sizes. And if you want to see the dimensions of those sizes, you can go and just type in, sew mats at SewingMachinesPlus.com in the search bar, or you can just go to SMPlive.tv. We have a link right there with the picture of this machine or the mats. Just click it; it'll take you to the product page, and you can look at the extra large, medium, and small, and see the dimensions and kind of measure your machine out and see if it'll fit. So that's how we go. But we're going to give 2 you lucky customers a mat today. We're going to let you pick your color, your size. So Kennedy, let's spin that wheel.
Let's do it. Bum-ba-dum. Let's see.
Joyce Yeager. So congratulations, Joyce Yeager. She is watching from YouTube today. So Joyce, you just won yourself a sewing mat. So what we need you to do, Joyce, is go to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information, and then most importantly, tell us what size of sew mat you want and what color, and we'll get that shipped out to you. All right, we're going to give 1 more of you a sew mat. So Kennedy, spin that wheel.
Okay. Let's see.
Lisa Dunn Keating.
Woo-hoo!
So Lisa, congratulations. Lisa's watching today from Facebook. She just won herself a sewing mat. So Lisa, go to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of that page, fill out all the information where you see claim a prize, and most importantly, tell us what color of sew mat you want, what size, and we'll get that thing shipped out. All right, let's continue on. We are going to give away next a $100 gift card to Sewing Machines Plus. That way you can buy anything you want, and all you have to do is put the code in at checkout, and it'll take $100 off your purchase. If you are local in Southern California, you can also go into either one of our retail stores in San Diego, San Marcos, and use it there as well. All right, Kennedy, let's spin that wheel.
If I had a $100 gift card, I would stock up on Stay Perfect Stabilizer. How about you, Blaine?
That'd be a good one. I would probably have to buy my wife some stabilizer for her machine. So looks like it's Susan Gransberry Nation. I like that. Susan Gransberry Nation. So Susan's got her own nation.
Yes.
Just like Sewing Machines Plus.
Yeah.
All right, Susan, you are our winner, and you just won yourself a $100 gift card. Susan's watching from Facebook today. So Susan, what we need you to do is go to SMPLive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of that page where you see claim a price, fill out all that information, hit submit, and what we will do when we get that information, we will email you back the the gift card code, and that's all you need is that code, and you can use it at the checkout online, or you can take it to the retail stores. So
Easy.
very easy. All right, next up, guys, we are going to give our grand prize today away for the show, and it is a Encore 260A sewing machine. This machine is made exclusively for Sewing Machines Plus. You cannot get it anywhere else in the world but from us. And this thing is awesome. We have compared this to some of the highest end machines on the market just with the stitch quality on this. And the stitch quality, we've had people come up and judge them, and they cannot tell which machine sewed what stitch. So it is a great little machine. It's very lightweight, very transportable. You can take it to your retreats, take it camping, wherever you want to go. You can grab this thing and go. And it is an awesome little machine. So right now, today, we're also going to throw in a free extension table with it. If you, whoever wins this, I'm going to throw in an extension table so you can get that extension table. And so you'll extend your work service on this. So it is going to be about a $349 value. And so we're super excited to be able to do that for you today. All right, guys, y'all ready? Kennedy,
Do it.
spin that wheel.
Woo.
Here we go. Let's see who's going to win this awesome little machine.
Rena K.
Rena
Rena
22.
Mm-hmm. Rena K22.
Rena K22. So Rena K22, you are our winner. And she is watching, or he is watching from YouTube today. So congratulations. You just won yourself a great little machine. You won the Encore 260A. So Rena K, what we need you to do is go to smplive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim a prize. Fill out all the information complete, hit submit. And once we get that information, we'll get your machine boxed up and we're going to ship it free right to your doorstep along with your extension table. So how's that, guys?
Oh, that is
All righty.
nice.
All right, so guys, great show today. I really love Jennifer coming on. What a wealth of knowledge. And we always love when Jennifer comes on our shows. She is so good. And I wish we could have her for a couple hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
almost let her teach a class online. It'd be awesome. Maybe we ought to work on that.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Jennifer, can you do a whole little series or something? I mean, man, she's good. So, and then we had a special guest. Jane got to stop by. That was unexpected. That was really cool.
Yes.
And I'm still waiting on Angela Wolf. Angela Wolf has a special announcement that she's going to announce on our show exclusively to the world. Nobody else will get it first but you. And I'm still waiting on that to happen. But we'll let you know ahead of time that when Angela's going to be on. Just know when we schedule Angela, it's going to be a special announcement. So looking forward to that.
We'll let you know.
Yeah. So, and then guys, again, some dates to mark down. Make sure you mark, April. All of our shows in April are going to be Surgers. The 11th, the week of the 11th, we'll probably just come to you live and give you a little tour while we're in Las Vegas at the convention and just say hi to you. So it'll probably be a little short show, but we'll walk around and show you some things. And the rest of the week or the rest of the month, it's going to be all about Surgers. And then May, make sure we'll get to you the exact dates coming up in a next show, but we're going to have Fabric Palooza online again, which was a huge success. Everybody loved that. And then again, June 12th through the 16th, I think it is Hoop Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's in June. So make sure you mark that down. That's going to be another great show. And this year we have got some really good educators lined up already for it. Plus, we're going to have every embroidery machine under the sun that you can think of is going to be on the show. So you're going to be able to see anything you ever wanted to know about multi needles, single needles, all of it. We're going to have a really good, just an array of machines that we're going to show you. So, but anyway, guys, thank you all so much for joining in. I love that some of the new people out there today, thank you all for joining in. And if you got some friends that are into sewing, hey, get them over here and tell them to join the SMP Nation with you and us. And we would love to build this channel more and more as we can. And hey, the more people watch, the more stuff we can give away. So that's what you need to keep in mind. Help us recruit, go out there and get your friends, start watching, and maybe you'll be the next big winner. So anyway, guys, we hope that you have a great rest of your day, and we will see y'all next Thursday at 9 or 10 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Central. All right.
All right.
See y'all later.
Bye.